In today's video, we show you the bubbly town of Buxton. From captivating crescents to dodgy dressing up, from mad markets to tumescent toadstools, Buxton has something for everyone. Hello and welcome to Postcard and Pines. I'm Rachel.
I'm Wills.
And today, we're in Buxton. Yes, every now and again we stray across the border into England. Well, we've arrived. Your what three words are composts, clouds, starfish. One of those stupid pay on the app parking things again. But we're here. It all looks really lovely. Feels a bit weird, like we've been let out into England. Let's go and explore. Will you get over the parking app and tell us about Buxton? Buxton is a spa town. It sits on the edge of the Peak District in the High Peaks. And did you know it's England's highest market town? Thanks very much for that. Now let's go explore. As well as being England's highest market town, it's also a spa town, rich with mineral water. So how did it get its name then? The origins of the name Buxton are unclear. It might be from Old English, buck stone, or rocking stone. Brilliant, so you don't know either. Oh, hello, what's this?
Hello. Would you like a consultation, sir, madam?
I believe it's the Babbling Vagabonds, today presenting their Curing Chemists.
The consulting stable, your balance is quite good. Right, say stop, sir, say stop.
Wills is obviously very sick today. He's suffering from
Moustache shyness.
moustache shyness, poor lad. Now let's see if they can find a cure. But first, get out of the road so you don't have two broken legs to go with it. What's wrong with you again?
Moustache shyness.
Don't worry.
And the cure?
We have a remedy for that.
Fantastic.
You're more of the curly hair.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
No wonder this one is so long.
Now, who does he look like?
Oh, yes.
Tom Selleck? Nah.
Yes. Sorry?
Burt Reynolds? I'm thinking not.
Maybe a hat. Oh, yes.
Holy guacamole! It's Charlie Chaplin!
Now you can wander down the high street here. The spring's feeling perfect.
And for Wills's good humour and grand participation, he's going to get
There you are, sir.
a sweetie. Usually, kids don't take sweeties off men dressed oddly in the high street, but this is Buxton.
Curing Chemists here on the Buxton Springs. And we've been curing a lot of illnesses and ageing problems today.
Wills nearly broke his leg.
Soon we would have a real situation on our hands, possibly having to get in the pharmacists here. But hopefully we won't need that. So there we are. Lovely.
Lovely, thank you very much.
All right.
Great pubs in Buxton, great cafes too. You play at my sunshine, and here's a little token. Yes, Buxton is shaping up to be a first-class town. We love it too. Business seems to be booming, and the architecture is really pleasant. We love these old Victorian colonnades. Steady on, it's those jesters again. They'll be diagnosing you with leprosy of the love handles if you're not careful. This is Buxton Crescent, built by the 5th Duke of Devonshire in the 1780s. At the east end of the Crescent is the site of the old hot baths, first built in 1811 and then redeveloped in 1853. In the 1980s, it was converted into a shopping arcade. We love how they've kept the old tiles and doorways and installed this beautiful stained glass canopy. I'm with Wills, so about age 7? You're certainly not a bad one. Ah, we miss those days. We thoroughly recommend a mooch through here. Right, back to this stunning building. Originally housing 2 hotels and private lodgings, then having various uses through the 20th century, it closed in 1992. Thanks to many enterprises, including the Heritage Lottery Fund, the building was fully restored and has to open to the public so many times a year. Today was one of those days. How lucky we were to see this stunning ceiling in the assembly rooms. Time to move on, out we go. There really is water everywhere in Buxton. And that's the pump room. Shall we visit it? Why not? It's free. At a first glance, it looks like the tourist info crossed with a gift shop, but this Grade 2 listed building from 1894 was built to ease crowding in the main natural baths. And there's our first Buxton Spring. It looks very inviting. Now, what shall we buy from the gift shop, Wills?
Booze.
No, I tell you what, with a town oozing water out of every orifice for free, why don't we buy a lovely souvenir bottle and fill it up? Show us your bottle.
Get the bottle.
Lovely work, Wills. Our own bottle of Buxton water. Or you could just pop outside and fill your own water bottle for free. That'd be £1.10 in Tesco. Or you could do what this family does and fill up every darn water bottle in the house. Spring is in the air and it's time to tackle the slopes. Up a bit here. Up a bit there. Nice war memorial. Now, Wills, your review of this hill, if you please.
Yes, I can confirm it's slopey.
You never let me down. That was brilliant. Talking of down, through the snowdrops we go and back to exploring Buxton. It is still possible to bathe in the spring waters of Buxton. These days, though, one needs to do it by booking in at the Buxton Crescent and Sauna Hotel. Here you can enjoy a 25-minute mineral bath for £35. 35 quid for a bath? Moving on. This is the Old Hall Hotel, one of the oldest buildings in town. Mary, Queen of Scots, once stayed here to take in the waters of the town. Where to next? Buxton Opera House, an absolutely gorgeous 1903 Frank Matcham designed theatre. We do love the Matcham theatres. They feel exactly how a theatre should feel inside. Grand, old, opulent and exciting. Sadly, there was nothing on this day, but we enjoyed our nosy around the box office. Right next to the Opera House are the Pavilion Gardens, 23 acres of gardens and geese. This stunning pavilion is Grade 2 listed. It is a superb showcase of Victorian splendour. Uh-oh, she's going in. Straight into a bar. Result! Inside this building, you'll find tea rooms and lovely independent stalls. Look at that! Buxton even has its own brewery. They sound very heroic. You can buy coffee, cows, and of course beer. You can imagine this back in Victorian times, listening to the band, driving one's horse and carriage. Dead slow. Thank you for the music, Don Redfern. Or was that ABBA? Right, on to find us some gooses. Ah, there's some. Now don't be camera shy, lads. Are you coming to see me? Are you? Turns out the geese in Buxton are very confident. They approach every human in the park as a meal ticket. Ooh, and there's a little blue train that goes round the park too, but no trains for us today. Today, I want to play with goosies. The geese of Buxton are very hungry. Go on, come a little closer to the camera, Gordon. Not that close. Introducing Gladys. And Guinevere. Buxton's Olympic hopefuls for the synchro swimming Paris 2024. Leaving the park and our goosey friends behind, we crossed over to St John the Baptist Church. This church was built between 1802 and 1811 through the patronage of that very nice man, the 5th Duke of Devonshire, in what did the Baths. That's not him. Neither's that. This rather grand building is the Devonshire Dome, named after you-know-who. It was once a grand stables. Now it's a college, from horses to courses. These baths belonged to the Devonshire Hospital and were said to help heal rheumatism and gout. And who's that down the alley? It's him, William Cavendish, 5th Duke of Devonshire. Cheers for building Buxton, Will. Now, at the start of this video, we did say that Buxton is the highest market town in England. Every Tuesday and Saturday, they have a market. What day is it, Rach? It's Tuesday! And the highest market town in England must have a banging market. Oh, right. I'd like to laugh, but to be brutally honest, the fruit and veg aisle in Tesco looks pretty similar these days. It might have been one of the worst markets we'd been to, but we met a lovely chap who sent us off in search of the oldest church in Buxton. No, guys, that's a pub. That's a church. This is St Anne's Church and is believed to be the oldest building in Buxton. It's beautiful. We couldn't look inside as it was closed, so back into town we went. Ooh, Wills, where are you taking me?
The tradesman's entrance.
You are not. Ah, the cafe. Go on then, it is lunchtime. A halloumi panini and a chicken and pesto wrap was enjoyed. Off we go again. Have you got everything, Rach?
Guess you've forgot a rucksack.
I did. I thought I was feeling light. Go! Your fella on the market said there were some Roman columns here somewhere. We're not sure, but we'd better get a wriggle on. We've got a tour booked. It was about a 5-minute drive out of town to Pools Cavern. What are you going to be doing then, Rach? We're going on a cavern tour. We certainly are. Before your tour starts, you wait in a mini museum. This tells you about the caves and shows you things that have been found there. Then it was time to follow Lucas and head underground. Pools Cavern is a 2 million year old natural limestone cave. Its name derives from the outlaw, John Poole, who reputedly used the cave as a lair and a base to rob travellers in the 15th century. The cavern is home to many bats, and we didn't realise we'd caught this little fella in the top right of the screen now until we edited this video. Archaeological explorations made in 1981 and 1983 have suggested the cave was occupied from the Bronze Age. The cave opened as a show cave in 1853 by the 6th Duke of Devonshire. Early tour guides would extort more money out of visitors by threatening to extinguish the lights and run away unless they paid up. The cave has the fastest growing stalagmites recorded in the UK and is home to the longest stalactite in Derbyshire, known as the Flitch of Bacon, because that's what the Victorians thought it looked like. Next we entered the poached egg chamber, as these stalagmites are said to resemble poached eggs. Now, I'm no Nigella, but unless I've been cooking them wrong all these years, that looks like a massive member of the toadstool family. Ooh, Lucas is about to turn the lights on.
Right, normal lights coming on. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Now, welcome to the poached egg chamber.
Nope, I'm still seeing John Thomas and Friends. Yes, you might have fast-growing stalagmites and tights, but all I'm seeing is giant rods of stone. I suspect Wills will make a knob gag at the end of this video. But Willie, sorry. Right, get the children out of the cock cave so Lucas can continue with his serious tour.
Now find ourselves in is known as Mary Queen of Scots chamber. Any of the young ones doing
That Mary Queen of Scots gets around, doesn't she?
In her honours is now known as Mary Queen of Scots pillar, and on its underside, there's little black and white speckles here. We have evidence of the animals who call the cavern home, as this is bat guano, or bat poo.
Yes, Mary was so overcome by the grandeur of the stone, she embraced it and kissed it. And probably got a mouthful of bat poo for her efforts. Ew. One more cave to go. What's this one then, Lucas?
Right then, so welcome to the final chamber on our tour of Pools Cavern, known as the Sculpture Chamber, named after this formation in front of us all, the Sculpture. Now all the sculpture is a big pile of boulders which landed down here around 9 to 11,000 years ago as part of the larger rock slide you can see goes up to the ceiling behind
This
it.
cavern was absolutely stunning, all white and glittering. We then got to walk back through the caverns. Please, no more Johnson jokes. Thank you. This tour cost us £14.50 per person and lasted about 45 minutes. Lucas was an exceptional guide. We also got to talk to scientists working inside the cave, which was interesting. We highly recommend this tour. Time to exit through the gift shop. Let's see what's on offer today. Rocks. Genius. Postcards. We do love a postcard. Thanks Pools Cavern for a cracking visit. We drove just outside Buxton into this beautiful countryside for... Last stop of the day, we're off to find Solomon's Temple. We've parked on the side of the road, but first off, can we just talk about those caves? They were possibly the best caves I've ever seen.
And the tour guide was fab, wasn't he?
Lucas, he was absolutely amazing.
Big shout out to Lucas.
Never seen like stalagmites and tights like that before in my life.
Look at us, out of breath.
Out of breath on a hill. Anyway, let's show you this stunning countryside and we'll go and find Solomon's Temple.
Ooh.
We might be catching our breath, but there wasn't a breath of wind about, and it had turned into a beautiful day. The walk to the top was short, but once up there, the views over Buxton were amazing. Solomon's Temple, also known as Grinlow Tower, is a Victorian folly on Grinlow Hill near Buxton. In 1894, the people of Buxton decided to rebuild a landmark tower that had been built by Solomon Mycock. Wills. In the early 19th century, of which only a few stones remained. This building is now Grade 2 listed and has incredible views over the high peaks. Back to the car we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of Solomon's Temple. I hope you enjoyed all the history that I had to look up and I've narrated onto it now, because I knew nothing. But Wills is a bit cross. Why are you cross?
Because I've been carrying the drone around with me all day. I've been wanting to do the drone here all day, and then we've just opened the drone packet and I've forgotten the batteries. They're all at home and I don't have any batteries, so we can't fly the drone.
No, I'm ready to rub it in. Another drone went whizzing past and tracked round it.
I know.
But it wasn't our drone,
Never mind.
Never mind.
Just means we'll have to come back another day.
Yeah, we're going to head home now and we'll see you there for a bit of a cheers to the good times. What a beautiful day out in England. Back to Wales it is for a pint. Cheers! Well, it's a small pint of water. It's my Buxton water, my £2.50 souvenir bottle, and it's very, very nice.
Ooh.
Can I just say, the people of Buxton are the nicest people I think we've met. We didn't show you in the video, but we met a lady in the assembly rooms who was doing a tour, told us all about the history of that beautiful ceiling. And then we met a fella on the market who just wanted to tell us where to go.
He was one of the stall holders.
Yeah, where to go, what to see. Everyone was just so proud of their town, which was so lovely to see.
It was indeed. And I'd just like to give a little shout out to Bammy from the band The Mac Lads for sending me one of their t-shirts. Thank you very much. They are available on the website. But do be aware, if you check them out, it's not for the easily offended. They're a little bit rude and a bit naughty.
They are indeed.
But they're very much fun.
Yeah. My favourite bit of the day, I want to say,
Go on.
the caves.
Oh, they were good, weren't they?
Oh, that was such a good tour. I can't remember the last time, I've been on a cave tour. But
Probably
that was,
Barbados about 20-something years ago.
That was so good. The stuff that's in there, and there was so much more history than we gave on this video.
And Lucas was great, wasn't he?
He didn't stop. It was like the whole way around. But yeah, he was so knowledgeable. So I think that's about wrapped it up,
I think it has.
So I'd like to say, if you enjoyed this video, sorry about all the knob gags in there, but if you enjoyed the video, press the like button.
And if you could subscribe, that would really help us out, and we'd really appreciate it.
And leave us a comment. Did you enjoy that section of the cave tour with all those poached eggs?
Were we too naughty?
Or were we too naughty? Never mind.
Sorry.
Okay, as we say, in postcards and a pint with my Buxton water and a beer,
And my beer.
we'll say,
Cheers to the good times. This bloke and the woman turns to him and says, I thought you said you had at least a foot. He said, no. He said, I said I had athlete's foot.
Wills!